Next is HB566, requiring permit applications for new landfills to contain a detailed plan for leachate management. That's another bill that I believe the subcommittee was working on. We have a,
Yes, I'd like to once again punt to Representative Germana.
you're a busy guy, Representative Germana.
Yes, thank you. And we had a good discussion in this works, or in the subcommittee, and some excellent, the language in the amendments, which I can share with the committee where it stands now. Representatives Gruber and Scully had a couple of recommendations for some very small changes, but important changes. So I'll share with you what we currently have. And then, as I said, there were a couple of very minor changes. One would address the fact that some facilities like Turnkey do some on-site treatment. So it would make reference not just to on-site storage, but on-site treatment. And then also Representative Scully had a good suggestion about adding in some language that indicates that that people applying for a permit would have to have alternate potential operators for disposal, right? So if you've got your current operator that you would have under contract, that you would demonstrate that you are prepared with alternative, at least a couple of alternative possibilities, if your primary operator was unable to fulfill the terms of the contract.
Okay. Any other comment on the amendment that we just shared? I guess people need some time to look at it and sort of digest it, whatever, but appreciate you bringing this forward and the work that the subcommittee has done on this. Very good. So, unless there's any other further discussion about it, I think we can assume that next week we'll be able to exec the bill.
Yes.
Yeah. Representative Bixby? Yeah.
This is something that I think came up in different bill. Does this, so one of the dangers in terms of the siting of the landfill that was discussed was whether the leachate transfer location was located in a place or built in a manner that would prevent a spill from going into the groundwater, and I don't know if that's here. But there should, part of that leachate management should include the fact that the handling of the leachate at the site is positioned in such a way that it will not hit ground that is not protected by some sort of liner or other means of preventing it from getting into the groundwater.
I don't know if we're able to ask advice from the director on this. I'm not sure to what I genuinely do not know to what extent we can make requirements about the terms of the contract in that regard.
Director Wimsatt, would you? Thank you so much for joining us in discussion.
Good morning. For the record, my name is Mike Wimsatt, Service Director of the Waste Management Division for New Hampshire DES. And could you restate the question, Representative Germana?
You want me to? Okay, so the question. So I guess the issue is that currently, to my understanding, there is nothing that says that the location where the leachate gets transferred to the to offsite transportation, or the place, or where it is stored on site, is in a location where the groundwater is protected from a spill.
Thank you for the question. The new rules that were recently enacted do subject all areas where leachate is handled, including transfer areas, to the setback standards that apply to the landfill footprint, as well as there are increased and augmented design standards for the design and construction and operation of those leachate load out areas.
Okay, so it sounds like that would not be something necessary to add to this bill.
In my estimation, I don't think it would be necessary.
Thank you, that makes our job easier.
Okay, thank you very much. Any other questions or comments regarding HB 566? I think we will be ready to exec that bill next week, given the amendment that has been presented. Moving on